Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is something that was sent in by a community member, okay? And I will put the screenshot up for you, all right, in just a moment. Um, but what this has to do is with the petrodollar system, okay? The US dollar, Saudi Arabia, and oil. Okay, so here is the screenshot that was sent in by a community member. All right. Now, Saudi Arabia, which is led by the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, okay, has chosen not to renew security agreement with the U.S. that is set to expire tomorrow, June 9th, 2024. Now, this means that Saudi Arabia can now sell oil and other goods in currencies like the RMB, euros, yen, won, and more, instead of just with the US dollar. Okay. Now, this is a big change because it challenges the dominance of the petrodollar system, which has been in place since the US stopped tying its currency to gold in 1972. And this decision is expected to speed up the process of moving away from the US dollar. Now, I have a link that I'm going to put in the description box below, okay? And this link dates back to 1974, June 6th, to be accurate, June 6th of 1974. And it's from 10 a.m. in the morning, okay? And this has to do with Nixon, Kissinger, Prince Fahd, and that's FAHD of Saudi Arabia, okay? And it states, and you can read this in its entirety, okay? It's 4 pages long, but I took just a few paragraphs out of it to read to you. Now, at the time, the president was Nixon, okay, and VP was Ford. The president emphasized how important a role was to be played by a stable Saudi Arabia in building a permanent peace in the area. And the president stated that his sentiments and attitude for support of Saudi Arabia was a product of his respect for the Saudi leadership and King Faisal, and that's Faisal in particular, and their leadership in the area, he expressed the view that oil cannot hold people together, but friendship and respect can. He concluded by saying that his attitude toward Saudi Arabia and toward the Saudi people were based on friendship and respect. And Prince Fahd, or FAHD, agreed with the president's statement and noted that U.S. Saudi friendship went back to a time long before oil became a major issue. And Prince Fahd stressed that friendship and mutual interest with the United States would be the basis for Saudi Arabian foreign policy. Now, while also doing my research for this video, okay, I came across quite a few different things, okay, and that was one of them. But I came across quite a few other things as well, and this was one of them. De-dollarization begins with Saudi Arabia not renewing the 50-year petrodollar pact, which is due to expire, which is for tomorrow, June 9th, 2024. June 9th, the agreement between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia to sell Saudi oil in USD exclusively ends. Saudi Prince has already notified the U.S. that this agreement will not be renewed and they will no longer accept USD. What is the petrodollar accord? In 1973, the petrodollar system was created through a deal between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. The countries agreed to price and trade oil in U.S. dollars, with oil standardized in terms of dollars, and a country that purchased oil from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's crown prince transferred another 8% of shares in the kingdom's oil giant Saudi Aramco, and that's Aramco, sorry, to the country's prominent sovereign wealth fund on Thursday. The shares are worth like 160 billion or something like that. And the decision comes as the kingdom is trying to build a series of mega projects and invest in sports and other fields aggressively abroad to wean the country of relying solely on oil. So then you have the country's sovereign wealth fund, known as the Public Investment Fund, or PIF, has been a key element in Mohammed's plans, also known as Saudi Vision 2030. Yes. And Saudi Arabia and allied oil producing countries on Sunday extended output cuts throughout the next year, and a move is aimed at supporting slack prices that haven't risen yet amid turmoil in the Middle East and the start of the summer travel season. Then you have the OPEC Plus alliance, made up of members of the producers' cartel and allied countries, including Russia, decided at an online meeting to hold steady its production levels, which include collective cuts of 2 million barrels per day through December 31st, 2025. Now, the Saudis, they need higher oil prices, okay, to fund ambitious plans by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to diversify the country's economy rather, away from the fossil fuel exports. And higher oil prices will help Russia maintain economic growth and stability as it spends heavily in the war against the Ukraine. Now, when it comes to us, okay, U.S. motorists, okay, we have benefited, and I know it doesn't seem like it, but we have benefited from the weaker oil prices. Now, gas prices have been recently averaging about $3.50 ish, okay? And that's per gallon every single week. It's a penny less from a year ago, but I'll go on. That's down from a record national average of $5 a gallon in June 2022, okay? But then again, that's hurricane season, which we are now in once again. So U.S. gas prices rise along with crude because of the price of oil makes up half the cost of gas and a gallon of gas. Okay, so the price swings are much smaller in Europe because of their taxes making up a bigger proportion of the price of fuel. So are we going to be looking at higher gas prices? Absolutely. All right, so get ready for that. Okay, so I wanted to get this video out there. Okay, and sorry I didn't upload yesterday. Had a long night. Had to take my nephew to the hospital. Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. Okay, you stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.